Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're cracking open a source titled The Spirit of Cricket. It suggests, that cricket isn't just about the bat and ball. It's something deeper.
Mm.
Our mission here is to really unpack what this source means by spirit and, well, why it claims this game's such profound emotional and cultural weight.
Exactly. And the source, it jumps right in, doesn't it? It basically asserts this isn't just a sport. It calls it a shared emotion, something that seems to cut across all the usual lines, geography, language, generations even.
Okay, right. Let's lean into that a bit. How does the source illustrate that? How it's woven into daily life. It mentions everything from, like, impromptu games in villages.
Yeah, dusty ground.
To the huge buzz in a packed international stadium. It feels like it's saying the feeling of cricket is just everywhere the game is played.
It really does emphasize the sensory side of things, doesn't it? The
Yeah.
source points to, that distinctive sound, leather on willow, the tension you can almost touch when a match is close, and that explosion of, collective joy when a wicket goes down. It's framing these not just as game events, but as really stirring emotional experiences.
That's where it's getting really interesting for me. It talks about the qualities the game demands. So beyond just the physical skill, the source highlights things like patience, real passion, thinking strategically.
Resilience.
Yeah, and what it calls heart. It's suggesting the game isn't just physical, it's played with something, well, intangible, something inside you.
And that connects directly to how the source talks about heroes. It argues that, yeah, we celebrate the big scores, the centuries, the hat-tricks, the obvious stats.
Sure, the highlights.
But the true heroes, according to this material, they are defined by those other qualities. That patience during a tough patch, the passion that keeps them driving, the ability to bounce back, resilience again.
So the source is saying it's not just the highlight reel moments we remember. It talks about near misses, the heartbreaks, the difficult comebacks. Why does it suggest those stick with us just as much? Maybe even more sometimes.
Well, this seems key to the whole lesson aspect the source gets into. It pretty explicitly frames cricket as a kind of microcosm of life itself.
Okay.
It teaches you how to perform under serious pressure, how to deal with setbacks, with failure, and, importantly, how to appreciate the small wins, too. The source implies that figuring out the challenges on the field helps you figure out challenges off it.
Right, I see. And what about connecting people? The source really pushes this idea of cricket as a unifying force. It mentions families bonding over games, friends arguing passionately about teams, strangers suddenly becoming teammates in a street game. It seems like the game itself offers this common ground, a shared language almost.
And then if you look at the bigger picture presented in the source, that collective identity you get from supporting a team, that's incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Cheering together for every boundary, every catch, every wicket, the source argues these shared moments, they aren't just about the score. They're about building a collective memory, an experience that goes beyond the individual result and creates this real sense of belonging.
Absolutely. So drawing from this source material, we've kind of seen the spirit of cricket presented as this deep shared emotion, also as a tough teacher, drilling home life lessons like resilience and handling pressure, and finally as this unique unifying force that really weaves people together, creating lasting memories way beyond just the final score.
Which leaves us with, well, something interesting to think about, doesn't it? How does the spirit, that intangible quality in any shared activity in your life, maybe it's music, maybe a hobby group, I don't know, a community project, how does that spirit manage to build connections, teach you unexpected lessons, and create memories that feel more important than just the final outcome or, the achievement itself? Something to ponder.